We are currently preparing for the live broadcast where I'm going to be unboxing the Google Home Mini, the new mini speaker come smart assistant that's going to grace a shelf in your home. So we will get started with the live broadcast now, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the live broadcast, second live broadcast today. And I'm going to quickly have my Ricola sweet to keep my voice nice and smooth. This is not sponsored by Ricola, but these are certainly helping me with the live broadcast. So just over on my desk here I have got a fresh delivery of the Google Home Mini, not one but two, in two different colours. I've got the charcoal colour, and I think this one's called Stone, but let's call it light grey for now. And I've already been setting one up, so I'm going to give you a live demo during this video. But first I'm going to unbox this one so that you get to see what you get inside the box. Now don't forget, this comes in at just $49 in the US or £49 in the UK. So it offers up fantastic value for money. Now before we do the unboxing, let's say a big hello to Sumu, also to Geek Shraven, Gina M. Hello to you, Gina. Really good of you to tune in for the live broadcast. Hello to Yui, also to Francois, Lukey and Scroofy's Mod. Thank you all for tuning in for this live broadcast. Now throughout this live broadcast you can use the chat to ask questions. I'm going to be taking questions a little bit later on. You can also use the super chat. That is there for you as well. If you want to use the super chat, that will highlight your question or comment. Also, just to mention, I'll put a link in the chat. I am running a GoFundMe campaign to fund either a Note 8 or an iPhone 10 review. I'm currently looking for a sponsor, but I'm also running the GoFundMe campaign. If you do want to support there, then you are welcome to. Purely optional. Each and every one of you, of course, very valued members of the Geekanoids community. So let us get on with the unboxing. So this is what we're going to call the light grey version. Let me just get a blade. Very, very compact box. Plastic off. So the box is really cool. It's got some things on the side saying, just start by saying okay Google, and it gives you some sort of demo lines to actually ask various questions. On the back it says about getting questions answered, enjoy your entertainment, voice control your home, tackle your day. On this side here it says some of the services it actually works with, and they include Nest, Philips Hue, Wemo, Google Chromecast, Google Photos, Spotify, Netflix and YouTube. And I'll tell you about my experience so far with this. I mean, it was delivered about 30 minutes ago, so this is brand new into the studio, and of course I'm broadcasting from the editing room. And within that 30 minutes I managed to set up the other one and also have some sort of time with it, turning the volume up and down on my television, switching to YouTube, automating some of my lights, etc, etc. So I'll let you know a little bit more about that experience. So we've just removed a pull tab off of the box here, and then it's a simple matter of just opening it up, and there is the little tiny speaker. So we put that to one side. We'll come back to that in a short while. Then we've got a little holder which we can remove, and then we have got some paperwork. So let's just have a look at this paperwork. We have got a Let's Get Started guide, and the Let's Get Started is as simple as plugging it in and downloading the app. It really is that simple. And then there's a Get to Know Your Google Home Mini, and this guides you through all of the various controls. This is a touch control device as well, so that's really cool. And then there's also some safety information. And then in the bottom of the box we have got a UK plug. It's hardwired, which I was a little bit disappointed to see, but a UK plug on this end and then micro USB on the other end. I have tested the Google Home Mini. It does work with a standard USB charger. So if you've got a USB charger already, I'm using a little cube one that's just down on the floor here. It will work with pretty much any USB wall chargers. You don't have to use the one supplied inside the box. Let's take a closer look at the actual device. This is what it looks like on the top, a nice sort of grill on the top, and then on the bottom we've got this rubberized pad in a really nice sort of peachy orange colour. We've got the input there for the micro USB cable, and then we've got a mute switch. So if we put this mute switch to the opposite side, it doesn't say on or off on it, so no indication, but when you switch it to mute we get little orange lights light up on the top. I'll show you that in a short while. And then obviously putting it back to this position means that the device is listening for you, so you can actually mute this. And that's pretty much it. There is touch controls. So if you imagine the connector for the power cable is the back, so this would be volume up on the right, volume down on the left, and then I believe you can tap for various functions. I'm going to have to remind myself of what the tap's for. You can tap it to play it or pause. So if it's playing some music back, just tap to pause the music and then play again. And then if you want to talk to your Google Assistant, you can do a long press, although it does obviously listen for the keyword, which I'm going to avoid saying too much in this video in case it sets your Google Assistant off, but I will have to say it at some stage during this video, so perhaps mute yours now if you have already got one of these. And that is pretty much it. There's also LEDs on the top which glow. I don't know what they're indicating apart from obviously mute or if it's actually listening, but it's a nice unit, nice feel to it, nice and sort of lightweight, but at the same time it's got a nice bit of heft to it, so it will stay on a desk. It's not ultra light. It's a like nice density to this area here, and that's pretty much it. It's a nice looking little speaker. Now I've got an Amazon Alexa already. Amazon Alexa. I've got an Amazon Echo speaker, and that works very well, but I've sort of been a little bit frustrated with the way it manages devices, and my early use of this has indicated that although the device has got a long name, for example my Sony Bravia TV has got the model name, you can just call it TV and this recognises that it's the TV connected to the speaker. So that's really cool. Now before I give you a demonstration of this one here, this is the charcoal version, which has got a little bit of warmth to it. You can see those dots there, they are orange to indicate that it's muted. Before I give you a demo of this, and we're going to make this really fun in the latter part of this video because you're going to get to ask it some questions, let's just have a look at the comments and see who we've got here. We have also got Rockwell. Hello to Rockwell, thanks for tuning in, and hello to S Baggins from Sutton. Really cool that you've all joined me. And also Sumu is from Bangladesh, where it is currently 10 PM. That is absolutely awesome. And also Geek Shraven is from India. A big hello to you. David Hepworth says, hi, just tuned in. Love this little device. Wouldn't be good for me because I'm in the Apple ecosystem. I think Apple should make a HomePod Mini. Still good though, and a great price for £49. Really good comment, David. If Apple did make a HomePod Mini, you can bet it wouldn't be £49. It'd more likely to be £149. Gina M, I found the Amazon Echo to be a great concept, but not so great in practice. Using Bing was very limited. If the Google one is better, then I'm so going to sell my Echo. Well, you may well be convinced by the end of this video. So, can we hear the sound in the whole room? Yes, I would imagine you can. It is plenty loud enough. And Sumu says, why do you have so many pop figures? The pop figures on the shelf behind me here, some of them I've purchased, a few of them viewers very kindly sent in, and also I get them for gifts from time to time. They often say it's really difficult to buy for somebody that you have known for a long time, and a geek that's got all the technology around him, it's really difficult to buy gifts for me. So more often than not, I get a little pop vinyl figure as a gift, and they make cool gifts. I really do like them. So here we go, let's get on with the demo. So I'm going to take this off of mute.
The microphone is back on.
There we go. Let's turn it up a little bit. So the actual LEDs indicate the volume, which I didn't know. So as we tap, you can see more LEDs light up. So let's go for round about that volume, and we'll say, OK Google, what's the weather like in London?
Currently in London it's 15 degrees with haze. Today there'll be scattered showers with a forecast high of 16 and a low of 13.
So that's in its simplest form. You can just ask it for the current weather situation. Let's ask it for some travel time. OK Google, how long will it take me to drive from London to Scotland?
By car, the journey from London to Scotland is 8 hours and 24 minutes with light traffic.
OK, nice short drive. Let's ask it to tell us a joke. Let's see what it comes up with. OK Google, tell me a joke.
Okay, here you go. It's a wonder how stadiums get so hot when they're all filled with fans.
Really? That's the best you can come up with? Now I could ask it to sing me a song. I won't do that at this stage, purely because it will probably sing a really awful song, but it does things like that as well. How about asking it some maths? Let's see if it's intelligent enough to do a little sum. Let's say I've just had to produce an invoice for somebody. OK Google, what's 50 times 7?
50 times 7 is 350.
You'd expect it to get that right. So it gives you some ideas of what you can do with this. The voice is very clear. When you connect a music service to it, which I haven't done so yet, but when you connect a music service, you can actually get it to play back music. It will either play back randomly or play a track that you ask it to do. I've also had it turn the volume up and down on my Sony Bravia TV, and I also asked it to play the latest selection of videos from YouTube, and it started playing them automatically. Funnily enough, it chose one of my videos, which I thought was quite amusing, but it did that, and then I could pause the video as well, all via voice, and I could also start the video playing again. The only thing I couldn't get it to do, maybe I was just asking it wrong, I don't know why, but I'll do a little bit more research. I couldn't get it to turn the TV on or off, and I thought it would be able to do that. Perhaps it can't control power. What else did I have it do? Oh, I've got one of the Nanoleaf Aurora lights down in the studio, and in the studio that light is attached to the wall, and I can't easily get to the switch. I can control it by the app, but I can tell this little device to actually turn it on and off and to change scenes, etc. I can also get it to control Philips Hue as well, which I've also got lights from Philips. So it does all of those things really very well, and the integration will only get better. Now you can get a larger speaker, just the Google Home. You can also get later on in the year, I think it's coming out this year, it might be early part of next year, there's a larger Google speaker which will give you even better audio quality if you're going to be using it for playing back music. This goes really loud, but the clarity, if you're a real music lover, might not be good enough for you in this tiny little package. This is really for voice feedback, I think, and the occasional listening to music. Hope that makes sense. So anyway, let's have a look in here and see if we've got any other questions. Hello to Liam and also to Paul. Thanks for tuning in. Geek Shraven says today is the festival for us known as Diwali. Very, very awesome to know that. I hope you have a fantastic celebration. Happy Diwali to you as well. Sumu says, ask it who is Geekanoids. Well, I doubt it will know, but let's try this. OK Google, who is Geekanoids?
I'm afraid I'm not sure how to help, but I'm always learning.
Always, you need to learn a little bit more. And believe me, I have asked that to the Amazon Echo as well. Can you change the voice, asks Darren. For example, replace the voice with Holly's voice from Red Dwarf. That would be cool. Let's see if it tells me if I can change the voice. OK Google, can I change your voice?
Here is an example of my other voice. Would you like me to use this one?
No.
No problem. I'm back to my other voice.
It sounded the same to me. Well, that was really funny. So you obviously have got the option to change voice, but it sounded the same. what other questions have we got? Quick question from Gina. What are your thoughts on privacy with these type of device? Well, there has been known issues with this type of device. There's been known issues with smart TVs listening to you even when they're not meant to be. So it is a concern. You have got that active mute switch, so you could turn that to mute if you wanted to. And you've really got to trust Google to be responsible with this sort of thing. It is a concern though, and if you are worried, then the simple answer is either don't get one or use the mute switch if you don't want it to be actively listening. Geek Shraven says the price is $35. Plain Apple 287 says, hey Geekanoids, hello to you, and also hello to Tech for Geeks. So let's just ask you all of you who've tuned in, if you've got any questions you want me to ask the Google Home Mini, now is your chance to put them in the comments or in the live chat, and I will do my best to answer them. While you're putting some questions in there, let me just touch on how I really feel about this. I think that this is going to certainly improve with time. Looking through this, there are quite a lot of things you can ask it to do. You can even ask it to play specific movies from a connected service like Netflix, which is really good. You can also ask it for recipes. That's really good as well. And to set timers, of course, and to set alarms. So there's lots of things that you can actually ask it to do. Let's just ask it. I've baked banana bread before. So, okay Google, tell me the recipe for banana bread.
Here's a summary from the website bbc.co.uk. Method: preheat the oven to 180°C, 350°F, gas 4. Sift the flour, bicarbonate of soda and salt into a large mixing bowl, and more.
To read more, look for the link in your Google Home app.
That's quite cool. So I've got this currently connected to my iPhone, and it's told me the general idea for banana bread, and then it's sent a link to the full recipe to the Google Home app. So when I open that up on my iPhone, I'll have that full link to click. So that's really nice. We've got some questions in the chat here. We have got one from Tech Reality. Ask Google who Alexa is. Okay Google, who is Alexa?
According to Wikipedia, Alexa is an intelligent personal assistant developed by Amazon, made popular by the Amazon Echo and the Amazon Echo devices developed by Amazon Lab 126.
Wow. It didn't censor itself, so that's really cool. Okay Google, when were you born?
It's hard to remember. I was very young at the time.
Next question from S. Baggins. Okay Google, what is the best internet search engine?
Here is some information from the web that might possibly help. On the website cloudbuzz.com, they say, so these are best and most popular web search engines in the world. Among them Google, Bing and Yahoo are dominating the search engine market and being used by most people in the world.
Wow, that was a convoluted answer, wasn't it? Ask the Google Home to self-destruct. Really? Really? Let's do it just for fun. Anthony Kelly asks, okay Google, can you self-destruct?
Destructing in 3, 2, 1. Only joking. Hiya.
That was not funny. Not funny at all. But at least it has a sense of humour. Okay Google, who are your parents?
The Google engineers are my family.
Aww.
Our bond is hard-coded.
And Gina M asks, okay Google, what is the current most popular mobile phone in the world?
I'm afraid I'm not sure how to help.
We'll do a couple more. One from Plain Apple 287. Question, okay Google, which is better, iPhone or Android?
On the website money.cnn.com, they say, both Android and the iPhone show you the time when you press the lock button. But many Android phones do timekeeping better. Motorola, Samsung and HTC have smart covers and sensors that automatically show
Okay,
you
Google,
the
stop.
time when you...
What a strange answer. So both of them are
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help with that yet, but I'm always learning.
Okay, we're going to put you on mute. So it's
The
currently
mic's
muted.
off.
Mic's off. That was a very strange answer because it said something about iPhone and Android both being mobile phones, I think it said, but then it said Android devices are better at timekeeping. How crazy is that? What a very, very strange answer. So anyway, that is what it looks like. That is how it performs. That's how the voice sounds. I think it's a very, very interesting device. If you've got any more questions, now's the time to ask, because I'm going to be wrapping this up very, very shortly. But for now, I'm impressed. I don't know which one I like best. I'll probably keep this one in the editing room on the white desk behind me, and I'll keep this one in the studio, no doubt. That is what I will probably do. But anyway, before I wrap this up and before I take a few more questions, I just want to let you know I had a few questions yesterday on Twitter and also in the live stream about the next editing room tour. For those of you who are unaware, I do a studio tour and an editing room tour. I normally do one every year. But this year, because so much has changed in the editing room, the room I'm in now, that I decided to actually do an editing room tour 2017 version 2. In answer to those of you asking, I have actually recorded the video. I've just got to piece it all together and edit the video. I'm hoping it will be up round about the first week of November, so you'll get to see all of the changes that have happened in the editing room, including a little secret that's sitting behind me here. So do stay tuned for that. So if we've got any more questions, let's have a quick look. Louis Moses, hi Dave, 3:18 AM Sydney, Australia. Hello there. That's really cool. Can you set up more than one Google account? And if so, how do you switch between accounts, or does it do it based on identifying voice for different accounts? Very good question. What I've seen is within the app, you can assign a Google Home Mini, for example, to one Google account, and you can also assign this to another Google account. There is also a PIN code feature. Now, I'm assuming if you want to share this with another account holder, i.e. you've got 2 or 3 or 4 family members and they've all got different Google accounts, but you want to share the speaker, I'm assuming, only assuming, that you share that PIN number, and that allows them to then sort of log on to this speaker but with their own Google account. That's how I think it works, but I will let you know in a future video once I've had a little bit more time with it. I'm only 30 minutes in to these being delivered, so I'm not sure at this stage. Gina M says definitely seems better than the Amazon Echo. It's very early days for me to judge that myself. I do think that the voice sounds clearer. I also think it's a little bit more responsive at this stage, and from looking at what I've managed to achieve so far and also looking at the app seems a lot easier to use. But is it better? It's too early for me to say. That's all I can say. But early indications are that I've got a preference for this already, if that sort of answers your... Well, it wasn't a question, you were making a statement, but I think it might be a little bit better. I'm not sure at this stage, though. I can't commit to that answer. Screwfizz Mod asks, do you think it's going to be better than the Apple HomePod? Well, Google have also announced a larger speaker. I can't remember what it's called. Let me just see what it was called. Unless somebody can put it in the chat. I can't remember the exact name they gave it. Here we go. It is called... Oh, it's not even on the website yet. Google Home Speaker. What is the new one called? I just can't remember what it's called. Maybe somebody can put that in the chat for me. I just can't remember the exact name. But basically, Google have also announced that they're launching a larger speaker, sort of similar size to the Apple HomePod. I can't say which one's better, With regards to usefulness, I think something like this with the voice assistant and control will probably be more useful than the Apple HomePod, because I think this will be a little bit more open and probably work with more partners. I might be wrong on that front. With regards to audio quality, between this and the Apple HomePod, the HomePod will be better, but comparing the larger Google speaker to the Apple HomePod, they'll probably be very, very similar, but not having heard them, I can't really say. So, but it'll be an interesting time actually comparing those two, and I do intend to get both of those into the studio. We've also got plain Apple 287. Can you tell the Google Home to jump off a cliff? No, that's not very kind. Geek Shraven, can we do a lot of conversation with this one? Yes, you can. You can sort of have a conversation. I think it's pretty much like the Google Now Assistant on your smartphone. Darren Gator, who is Cortana? Should we try that one? Let's put this back on.
The microphone is back on.
Okay, Google, who is Cortana?
Cortana works for Microsoft. Plus, she's got her own video game franchise. She's got it all.
Okay. A fair answer.
The mic's off.
So that's pretty much it. That's my demonstration, well, unboxing and first impressions and demonstration of the Google Home Mini. I think it is a pretty neat device. Very well made. Very keenly priced. For £49 or $49, it's well worth a go. It means you can get something like this into your home without having to spend the £99 upwards for the other home assistants or home speakers. Yes, it is smaller. Yes, the sound isn't going to be quite as good as the larger speakers, but the usefulness, if you're interested in the home automation type thing and having an assistant, then this is the sort of cheapest entry level point that you can get in the Google range of devices. There is the Echo Dot. I did briefly have some time with an Echo Dot in a friend's house, and I wasn't that impressed. It was just okay. Wasn't overly impressed with it though. So that's it for this live broadcast. Thank you very much to all of you for tuning in. I really do always appreciate it. Don't forget to check out that GoFundMe page if you can support one of the future devices that I really want to cover on the channel. I'm going to be honest with you here, I haven't got the funds to fund an iPhone 10. It's just impossible for me to do that, especially when I don't think it's going to become my daily driver. I am expecting the Google Pixel 2 in tomorrow, so hopefully if that arrives at a reasonable time, I will do another live broadcast tomorrow giving you my unboxing and first impressions of the Google Pixel 2. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, then it will happen on Friday, so stay tuned for that. I always tweet out the live broadcasts before they happen and whilst they're happening as well. So thanks to everyone for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit that like button, and I'll see you in another video very soon.